What's good, everybody? All About Podcast here. I'm Josh. This is Connor. Today we're going to be discussing the wild card round for the NFL playoffs, a few NBA topics, and one singular thing to go over in baseball.
One thing? Okay.
One thing.
So to start off with football, I guess we'll go Saturday first. The first game that we'll get out of the way is the Bills versus Colts. We're doing our predictions, so obviously I predict that the Bills are going to win.
Okay.
I'm sure you agree with that.
I do, but
Okay.
but let's do final score too.
Oh, I didn't even do final score predictions.
It's
but
okay.
I'll think of
you
one.
You could just guess.
Oh,
It's-
well,
it's
okay,
all
let's do a
guessing.
final prediction after we talk about everything. So, Josh Allen has done great things this year. Bills' offense is fantastic. In the past 3 games of theirs, they're averaging around 50 points, right? They had a 48-point game, a 38-point game, and then like
56.
56.
Against the Dolphins. I didn't care about Tua.
Yeah, I'm not a firm believer. I'm a pretty decent believer in like carrying momentum. Just because like when you're on a roll, it's hard to get off that roll. I think the Bills are definitely on a good roll, and I feel like they're going to carry that into the playoffs. So that gives me a lot of confidence. The Colts, they're not a bad team, but I just think that the Bills are a better team. Yeah, I think they're good, but they're not good enough.
The Bills are probably gonna overpower the Colts on Saturday. I like the Bills personally because of Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is a fantastic receiver. I would say he's arguably top 5 in the league right now.
Ooh.
Arguably.
Okay.
He had 1,500 reception yards this year, which I'm pretty sure that's his highest, and 8 touchdowns just alone this year. Another thing about the Bills is Devin Singletary. They don't run the ball too much, but when they do run the ball, he's pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Hold on. Another downside about the Bills is that I don't think that Cole Beasley is going to be playing. He has an injury. That's definitely a hit to their offense because then they can focus more on Stephon Diggs. But regardless, Cole Beasley or not, I'm still going to take the Bills, and I'm going to go 28 to 17 final.
Okay, I think they're going to score a little bit more than that. I'll probably say...
No. I'm going to go...
Hold on. First of all, we didn't even talk about the Colts.
No, we didn't. We didn't even talk about the Colts. But before we talk about the Colts, I want to say that they're going to win 35-24. I want to change it up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more of a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the
35-24.
highest-scoring game.
I like 35-24.
Colts, who they got? They got Phillip Rivers. They have T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton.
They have a couple good pieces, but
They have a running back duo of Naheem Hines and Jonathan Taylor, which has been successful for them. But is it going to be so successful in the playoffs? I'm not too sure. Especially if the Bills get up early, then that's going to force the Colts to pass the ball more. Phillip Rivers likes to throw it to the other team sometimes. But just know that if the Bills get up early, the game's over.
Yeah, I really think that it's just a case of they're both good teams, but one team's
more overpowered.
Definitely better. You said what, 35-24? 35-24? I wanted to go 40s, but I might drop a little bit down. Just because, I'll go... I think the Bills are going to win by a little bit more than that.
Oof.
But just because I really think that the Bulls are the Bills are a decent amount better. I'm going to say 42 to 27. Okay. I actually don't know if that's more than what I think it is more than what you said.
I said 35-24.
Yeah, so mine's
yours
a little
was
bit
10 points more.
Nah, 4 points more. But we both have the Bills. I think they're going to win by a little bit more just because, again, I'm a strong believer in momentum, and they have the momentum right now.
Hold on. First, I would like to say I'm a big Josh Allen fan. Before he wins the Super Bowl this year, I'm a big Josh Allen fan. How's my name?
Oh, is that why?
Yeah. And also, just to note, if you guys see me looking to the left, my team is currently going to beat the Miami Heat.
With their drippy...
pink
blue
city
gradient jersey.
City jerseys, is that what they're called?
I think I know they used to be city jerseys. I think they might have their own name now.
Okay, but if you guys see me looking to the left, it's because
Dragic is a bitch.
Yeah, we've been knowing that.
Oh my god,
he got fouled by PP. But if you guys see me looking to the left, just don't mind me. But anyways, is there anything else you want to say about this game?
No, we can get into the next one. Next one on Saturday is Seahawks versus Rams. I know that you had something to say about this, but so I'll start first. During the regular season, they were 1-1 together. The most recent was a Seahawks win, I'm pretty sure. I have the Seahawks winning this. Jared Goff is hurt. I know it's unsure if he's gonna play or not. Even if he does play, I still think the Seahawks are gonna win because I don't trust
Thanks.
fuck you guys. I don't trust an injured Jared Goff to be able to pick the Rams up over the Seahawks. Russell Wilson is one of not my favorite players, but I do like Russell Wilson. I do think he'll step it up because they've been a bit not underwhelming, but they haven't been doing their best.
They've had some down games.
Yeah, as of recent. I do think he'll pick it up in the playoffs. But yeah, even if Jared Goff doesn't play, John Wolford, he had a fantastic game, but that's back when nobody knew who he was. Even if he is the quarterback, he's not going to have the same game. The Seahawks are definitely going to game plan against that, which I'm sure the last team they played didn't game plan.
Yeah. Because who game plans for John Wolford?
John Wolford, he's a nobody.
I first want to say about the Rams and Seahawks game is that if Jared Goff doesn't play, then I'm definitely taking the Seahawks in this game. If Jared Goff does play, I'm still taking the Seahawks regardless. I think the Seahawks are a better team. The Rams don't have an overpowering offense for a weak Seahawks defense. If the Seahawks or if the Rams had a better offense, like a better run game, in my opinion, they need a better run game if they want to get to the next level. The Seahawks have Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Chris Carson. I don't know if Chris Carson is going to play exactly, but DK Metcalf is going to be guarded by Jalen Ramsey, which kind of scares me, but at the same time, he's gonna get his. He's not gonna be completely going crazy like he normally does. But they do have Tyler Lockett. I like Tyler Lockett a lot. He's very consistent. So my final score prediction for this game is 24-17. 24-17 Seahawks.
Okay, I can see that. I'm not gonna. You said 24-17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just because I don't want to copy you. Because 24-17 is a realistic one. I'll say 28-14.
28-14. So you got them winning by double.
Shoot, that is a lot. I'll go 28-21.
28-21.
Just because I don't want to have the same.
That's not bad. Another thing about this game is if you're a Rams fan, you're panicking because Goff's hurt. If he plays, you guys got to figure he's still going to be hurting. Once someone lands on his thumb,
yeah,
he's probably going to have to come out the game, right?
Yeah, even if no one lands on his thumb, say he gets tackled and he's like breaking his fall. Like that's
like he's literally
still going to hurt.
He's going to go like this.
Is that what he's going to do?
Once that happens, he's probably going to have to come out, and then the GOAT John Wolford's going to come in, and he'll probably lead them to a Super Bowl.
I just don't see I don't see the Rams winning this. And if they do, congrats. But I don't see.
And I also want to note that the Seahawks are 7-1 at home, and their one home loss was to the New York Giants. I don't know how that happened, but they already beat the Rams at home. I got the Seahawks in this one.
So far, we both had the Bills winning, we both had the Seahawks winning. The last game on Saturday is Buccaneers versus Washington. I doubt we're gonna disagree on that one as well. Mm-hmm. I obviously have the Buccaneers winning. I can't see Tom Brady losing in the first round, and I especially can't see Tom Brady losing in the first round to a team like the Washington football team
with 7 wins.
With a 7-win
hosting a playoff.
A 7-win team, and they're technically the higher seed, which
they're the home team in this game.
Yeah, it's stupid, but yeah, Washington got blessed with a playoff spot that I don't think they deserved, but especially at the level of where they got.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be hosting a game at all. Yeah, I have Tampa Bay winning. Especially because I believe in Tom Brady, even though he's like 43.
He's old.
Yeah, I still think he's a quality quarterback. I think that he's gonna make a decent run because I think he's gonna make a decent run even in his old age. I'm kind of rooting for him just because Tom Brady's like the LeBron of football right now. So he has He has my sign, my cosign.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree, and I'm gonna take the Buccaneers here.
Yeah.
I want to say though that Washington's defense, or their defensive line at least, Chase Young to be exact, actually jogging off the field against the Eagles on Sunday, he did say, I want Tom Brady. And he said he doesn't regret those comments. So he knows what he's going up against. Tom Brady is not mobile. Chase Young is going to give him problems. But I'm still going to take the Bucs here. I don't think Washington has enough juice on offense. They have Terry McLaurin and Alex Smith, who, I don't want to say this because it's going to sound disrespectful, but he could have been dead. He was supposed to die because of his injury, but he stayed alive.
Well, that's good.
He got his leg back. He's playing football again, which nobody expected. So congrats to him. He's definitely going to be comeback player of the year. But his year ends here.
I seen someone made a post about it that he was comeback player of the decade, and I forget who they were comparing him to. And I wish if I could find it, I'm gonna put it up on screen. But yeah, even if Washington
has their best game,
does have their sights set on the Buccaneers and sights set on Tom Brady, it's not enough.
Oh, and also I want to say that the Washington football team does have Antonio Gibson. He's a good running back, but their offense, they don't have any more weapons besides those two, and I can't see Washington winning a playoff game against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, who have too many weapons. Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski, Ronald Jones Jr. Who's their other running back? Leonard Fournette. Like they have too many weapons.
They have a lot of options.
They have too many weapons for Washington's defense, although I do think the defensive line is going to give him problems, as I said. I'm going to take the Bucs. I think this is going to be a really low-scoring game.
Yeah, no, okay, can I say mine? I was going to aim around 24, and I don't think Washington's going to score very much. Maybe like 24-10.
I'm going to go
24-10.
I'm going to say 20.
Oh, that's even lower.
I'm going to say 20 to 10.
Okay.
I think the Bucs will get 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Because you got to figure Tom Brady's going to get his, no matter the defense. He scored 13 on the Rams in the Super Bowl and 13-3 final. That was the best Super Bowl ever. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Bucs 20-10 here, and I'm sorry, Alex Smith. You had a great year. Congrats on your comeback. I hope you come back next season as well. But your road ends here, 7-9. You don't deserve to be here anyway, but your road ends here.
That wraps up Saturday. The first game on Sunday will be the Ravens versus the Titans. I'll let you go first on that one.
Here's the thing. If the Titans get out to a lead, then the Ravens are in trouble. Okay, I think whoever scores first is going to win this game.
Oh.
I'm going to say that because both teams...
That's very vague.
No, that I think it's true though, because both teams have a fantastic run attack. The Ravens have J.K. Dobbins and the running back Lamar Jackson. And then the Titans obviously have Derrick Henry.
You hate on Lamar Jackson, bro.
I don't think he's all that good, but I want him to win his first playoff game here.
No, I was going to say the exact same thing. I would like Lamar Jackson to win his first playoff game. They're also on a 5-game win streak right now. I think that they should be able to carry that into the playoffs. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans win. Obviously, I have the Ravens winning. I have not an issue, but I tend to go for the, what is it called? The
favorite?
The favorite. I go for the favorite, I'd say 99% of the time. And obviously, like, that's a smart move, but I just have a hard time seeing upsets. Like, it just doesn't really work well in my brain. I just think that I think the Ravens are going to not overwhelm, but Titans defense isn't too good.
No.
I think they're going to get torn apart. Last year, I think Titans beat the Ravens in the playoffs, right?
That might not be facts. I'm not sure.
I think so.
I know the Titans beat the Patriots when Tom Brady was there. But
yeah, regardless, I think that...
I know that the Titans did win in overtime in the regular season, 30-24. But it is hard to beat a team twice in a year, especially two teams that are in the playoffs. I'm gonna stick to my whoever scores first because the run attacks they're too much for both teams. Honestly, the Ravens have a very good defense, but no matter you can have the best defense in the world, but Derrick Henry is going to get however many yards he wants. And they have a decent passing game too. They have AJ Brown. Ryan Tannehill's been good for them this year, surprisingly. People thought that he was kind of a bust, but he looks good for the Titans. Not when he was on the Dolphins, but for the Titans, he has looked good so far. And then the Ravens offense, like the only reason I'm kind of skeptical on taking the Ravens, which I think the Ravens are going to win, I'm taking the Ravens, but it's because their pass game it's so weak. It's so weak, and like I said, I think that if they can get up and get the lead, then they can run the ball. They're going to run the ball a lot, regardless of them being up or down.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're up and they're able to run the ball and run the clock out, then that's a positive. And I'm going to take the Ravens here.
For the record, Titans did beat the Ravens in
Yeah.
the playoffs last year. I was just fact checking that.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Ravens 24-21 on a game-winning field goal.
Game-winning field goal?
Game-winning field goal.
Okay. What'd you say, 24-21?
24-21 on a game-winning field goal.
I don't trust in them, but I have more faith in Lamar Jackson. I feel like he wants revenge. I think there will be a touchdown in between them. I'll probably go. Am I going 24-17? That's kind of a cop out answer. I'll go 27.
That's not a cop out answer.
Okay, I'm going 24-17 then. I'm gonna say 24-17.
That's fair.
24-17 Ravens, and I think Lamar Jackson is gonna have himself a game that we'll all be talking about.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be hard because I think Derrick Henry's gonna.
No, he's gonna get his.
He's gonna get his 100%. I just think that Ravens are gonna get a little bit more.
No matter win or lose, Lamar Jackson is gonna get flamed. If they win, it's oh my God, Lamar Jackson's. That's why he deserved MVP last year. But if they lose, it's Lamar Jackson can't do it in the playoffs, which I'm sure he doesn't want that narrative for his career. So I think he goes out and gets his first playoff win on Sunday morning.
Okay. So far, all four of our teams. All four of our teams are the exact same. I doubt this next one is going to be any different. Saints versus Bears. I have Saints winning. It's another case of like Saints are they're
the
too much of a better team. There's other games that definitely are a bit closer. This game I don't think will be very close. Kamara but he had six rushing touchdowns on Christmas Day. Taysom Hill had a pretty good game the other day. I'm pretty sure he had passing yards, rushing yards, and receiving yards not too long ago. He's one of my favorite players.
One of the GOATs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite either, but I definitely like Taysom Hill. Mitch Trubisky, I don't have faith in him at all. I'm pretty sure he had a decent game not too long ago, but
He's had a good last few games.
yeah, he's not doing good in the playoffs. He's a terrible quarterback. He's not a good quarterback.
Okay, here's the
You
thing.
have the Bears winning?
No, maybe. Here's the thing. So, I want to note, Kamara did not play last week because he had COVID. Kamara could not play this week. It depends on if he's showing symptoms this week, is if he plays this Sunday.
Sunday's how many days away from now?
If the Bears or if the Saints don't have Kamara, I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay, because Kamara is a very crucial piece. He was in the. I'm pretty sure he was pretty high up on MVP candidacy too.
Yeah, he might win.
He's
he
a
might
very
win
crucial
Offensive
part.
Player of the Year. Okay, so with Alvin Kamara, I'm gonna take the Saints. Without Alvin Kamara, I'm gonna take the Bears. I'm gonna take the Bears, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me
the
why.
Bears have a fantastic defense to handle the Saints offense. The Saints offense without Alvin Kamara is Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas hasn't played all that much. Slant Boy. Slant Boy has not played all that much this year. He's going to play on Sunday, but the Bears defense is going to focus on him. And if they focus on him, then they're going to have to throw to Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders is probably he's a good receiver, but he's not enough to get a playoff win for the Saints. I hate to do it to you, Pedro, but I'm gonna.
He's a Saints fan?
Pedro is a Saints fan.
Bro, I don't know him that well.
You don't see he posts it religiously?
I don't think I'm mad.
The Bears have Mitch Trubisky, which he's been inconsistent, but over the last few games, because he got his spot taken by Foles and he got it back. I like what I'm seeing with him. I'm a big Montgomery fan. He had 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns this year, and Allen Robinson. That's his name, Allen, right? I'm pretty sure it's Allen.
Regardless,
it is Allen. Get off me. Allen Robinson is a good receiver, although he might get locked down by Lattimore. But he's a good receiver. He had 1,000 yards this year as well. I think the Bears go out and they shock the world. And
you think that's going to be the upset?
I think this is the upset of the weekend, which ESPN has the
that's one of the highest
78%.
That is one of the highest.
I think the Bears could shock the world here. I'm gonna take the Bears.
First of all, are you putting your money on the Bears?
I'm not putting money on the Bears.
Okay.
But I think that this is the best chance to win, so I'm gonna take them.
Okay. No, go for it.
I want to say final score will be.
Okay, final score if Kamara's not in, right?
Final score if Kamara doesn't.
Because that's what you're basing
Kamara. If Kamara doesn't play, I'm gonna take the Bears 24.
I think they're going to
24 to
there,
24 to 13.
24 to 13.
Because Khalil Mack is going to give
Drew
Brees problems. Khalil Mack is going to give Drew Brees problems. Drew Brees can't run. As soon as he gets hit in the rib.
So you're saying that they're getting 1 touchdown and a couple field goals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I wasn't even basing mine off of if Alvin was going to play. I just assumed that he would be back. Hopefully he doesn't show symptoms. I'm sure even if he does, he's going to lie about it, but they're going to test him anyway. It's kind of hard for us to compare that because you're basing your game off of him being in or him being out, and I was going to base mine off him being in. But regardless, I honestly think even if he is out, I still like the Saints. I do like the Saints. But their defense is going to give Drew Brees a lot of issues. I'm going to say Alvin Kamara in. The score will be like 30. I'll say 30 to 30 is a lot. 32-21. Saints.
Okay.
With him out, I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, 100%. I'll go 21 to like 18.
Okay.
But Saints on both.
Okay.
I have Saints winning no matter what.
If Kamara plays, I think that the Saints are going to go out and they'll probably win like 24-17, honestly. But I'm banking on Alvin Kamara being out, and I think the Bears can shock the world if Alvin Kamara doesn't play.
Yeah, no, that was our first disagreement, but I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
The last game for Sunday and that's going to wrap up the first round is Steelers versus Browns. Mm-hmm. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah. So week 17 they played, and Mason Rudolph was in for the Steelers, and the Browns won 24-22. The Steelers had a chance to put it in overtime, but Juju dropped I think it was Juju that dropped the 2-point conversion to put it in overtime. Regardless, the game didn't matter for the Steelers. That's how the Browns got in. I want to say the Browns have a good offense if they base it off the run. I like their run game. I like Nick Chubb. I like Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt being a backup is kind of insane because he's a pretty solid running back. He would make a starting role on like a bad team. But Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, I like that duo. If Baker stays away from passing more than like 25 times, if he passes like 25 times or under, then they're gonna be successful on offense. And Jarvis Landry being their number one, Jarvis Landry is a fantastic receiver. I'm gonna take the Browns here.
Okay.
Personally, I don't think the Steelers are that good. They were definitely the worst 11-0 team ever. I'm gonna take the Browns here. You go ahead and talk about who you're gonna take.
So I'm taking Steelers. Again, I go for the favorites a lot. I think that the Steelers are going to win. I don't trust Baker Mayfield. He is inconsistent in my opinion. I don't see him showing up. But like you said, if he trusts his running backs, I definitely think that they will. I kind of so the last one I thought that the Saints are going to win regardless. I think the Browns could take it if they trust their run game. So for now, I'm gonna say Steelers win.
What's your score?
I'll say you do your score first.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Browns winning probably 27 to 20.
27-20.
I think 27-20. The only thing that makes me hesitant about this pick is Baker throwing the ball too much, because once he throws the ball too much, he starts throwing interceptions, and once he throws interceptions, then the Steelers are going to capitalize. But I'm gonna stick with my pick because I really love the run game. I had Nick Chubb in fantasy. He did so good for me. I also had Derrick Henry, but regardless, won my league, by the way. But yeah, I like their rushing attack. I like when they don't throw the ball that much, because Baker's not the best quarterback, but once they throw in a little bit of play action and they get the defense moving around, I like the Browns in this one.
Yeah, so like I thought, the Browns actually just beat the Steelers not too long ago. And that was a decent run game. Nick Chubb kind of showed himself. I still see, looking back at that now, that's making me want to change my decision. But I don't change my decision very often. Mm-hmm. I think the Steelers are going to win. I think it's going to be a bit lower scoring than that. Just because,
Steelers do have a good defense.
This is Baker's first playoff appearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people. I'm not saying that Baker isn't going to be able to show up, but I just don't think he's going to show up. So I think that the Browns aren't going to score very much. I also think that I don't know. I just don't see the Steelers putting up too many points. Looking back at a lot of their previous games, they got 22, 28, and then 17, 15, 17, 19 a couple games ago. Or actually, yeah, I just don't see them scoring too much. I'm going to go pretty low. I'll go 20 to like, I'll go 20 to 13. 20 to 13.
Okay. So they lose by a touchdown.
Yeah, and that's solely because the Browns couldn't get it into the end zone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited for this weekend. I love football. Playoff football is the best. I'm definitely gonna sit down and watch every single game, second for second. Oh wait, I have work. Anyway,
you'll watch it on the job.
Yeah, I can watch it on the job.
Sneak it a little bit.
Yeah. So those are our picks for the wild card round.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun weekend.
We agreed on most of them. So we agreed Bills win. I think that
we agreed on the first four.
Yeah, I think that I thought there was going to be a little bit more of a margin.
Okay.
Seahawks win. I think I also said a little bit more margin on that. And we thought no matter what. So, yeah, and then we disagreed. Do you think that the Bears could take you and you think the Browns could take you?
Yeah, the Bears is definitely a more bold pick.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Continuously in my life, from remembering, because I don't remember when the Saints won the Super Bowl in like 1942 with Drew Brees.
It was literally like
2011 or something like that. Like, I don't remember 2010.
something.
So from what I've seen is the Saints choking in the
Colts.
playoffs. I can see it happening again here, and this is how Drew Brees is going to go out, because there's rumors that he's probably going to retire.
If he loses in the first round, I think he'll leave. But then again,
who wants to go out?
Who wants to go out in the first round?
Yeah. But yeah, I just think that the Bears defense is going to give them problems.
Yeah, I have a hard time putting my money on a 7 and a 6 seed. The only time I'll take an underdog, and they're not even underdog, but the 4 or 5 seed Washington. That's the football team's not beating the
No, that's not happening.
Buccaneers. That's such a stupid.
Yeah, but moving on to the NBA, we just got a few topics.
It was a slow week this week, and it hasn't been much time since last podcast. I'll start it off because this is something that I specifically wrote down. The Knicks beat your Atlanta Hawks.
My second
so high on the Atlanta Hawks. They lost to the New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say about that? And they almost lost it at the end. They had like 2 or 3 turnovers in a row against the Hawks.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, the Knicks.
So you're saying the Knicks almost choked?
The Knicks almost choked it. So they got the ball ripped. I think that was Julius Randle, because they're trying to give Julius Randle like more
MVP?
of a spot. Yeah. And then after that, they threw the ball and it hit the back of the backboard. And then I think after that, they either had like a missed shot, something terrible, and you guys still couldn't pull it out.
Yeah.
So or not you guys, but that's kind of your team.
Yeah. Trae Young showed out. He had 30 plus, and I know he had 14 assists.
Did he?
He had like 33, 2 and 14, I believe.
Yeah, I was doing homework, watching that like on the side. I had to draw, so I wasn't paying.
Nice.
I had to draw anatomy, so I was paying a little bit of attention, but I definitely watched at the end.
All I gotta say about this is that
Julius Randle almost had a 28-17.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Julius Randle almost played the full game.
Yeah.
He had what? Wait, what is it gonna go back?
28, 17, and 9.
28, 17, and 9. He was one assist away from a triple double.
I don't have the exact numbers, but that's not without a ton of turnovers. Julius Randle has been turning the ball over crazy because Tom Thibodeau is trying to give him like a
MVP
number.
rule.
Yeah, no, MVP rule.
But I mean, the thing about it is
14,
Julius Randle had a good game. RJ Barrett had a good game, right?
26, yeah.
Yeah. Alfred
26 and
Payton,
11.
Alfred Payton had 14. Like,
And Emmanuel Quickly, very underrated guard.
Who is that? Who is
Emmanuel Quickly, IQ is a very underrated guard. He will prove you wrong, just like Christian Wood.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, I have a lot of. He's like Pritchard.
Yeah. Okay.
Not as good as Pritchard, but
Pritchard's goated.
he's close to Pritchard.
But I remember I looked at the stats right after because we talked about it on our last podcast about the Hawks losing was the percentage of free throws, which they missed 5 free throws again. They lost by 5. So you think you make a few free throws, it's a whole different game again. Yeah. The Hawks, if you guys are seeing this, please shoot free throws at practice. Stop drawing up plays and just shoot free throws because that's the reason why you guys are losing a few games that shouldn't really be lost. But it's the NBA. Every team loses to the Knicks this year, apparently.
Yeah, Knicks they're both have the same record. Moving on from that, Luka had a fantastic game against the Houston Rockets, 33, 16, and 11. I'm pretty sure they won that game.
Yeah, they did.
Just wanted to highlight that because Luka started off a little bit slow at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Getting back into it, definitely when he gets Porzingis back, that's gonna be
a dangerous team
a
again.
very dangerous team. Mm-hmm. Curry also first of all, before we get into anything, he followed Flight Reacts, and then he almost dropped a 30-point triple-double because of it.
FTC. In just 30 minutes, by the way. Just 30 minutes. He had 39 and 8, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists.
So there's something called the flight effect. I know he's talked about it.
I think he talked about it with John Collins. He said John Collins.
Yeah, the next Sean Kemp.
Yeah.
So you endorse flight. There's definitely a reward to it.
You get
Curry
your game coming up.
Curry is now
back in the MVP talks.
Back. He had so he had 62. I think he dropped a 30-something game after that, and then this 30-point game. People were disrespecting him because he was off to a slow start. But he also had...
He said he took it personally.
Yeah, he had 0 teammates. He probably had negative teammates, actually.
Yeah.
Draymond Green is back. That's good to see.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre finally remembered how to shoot a 3.
I wouldn't say he remembered, but he definitely is getting back into it.
No, he shot like 5 for 8.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
In that one game? Because I
don't know if it was
at
this game, but it was one of these games.
Yeah, I was looking at another game, and I think he shot 1 for 5.
Okay.
And I was a bit
disappointed. It wasn't that game. No, he shot I think he went like 5 for 8, 5 for something, 4 for something.
But he's getting back into it.
Yeah.
He's not a terrible
He's back. He's not at 5% 3-point percentage anymore because he was like 2 for 30 at one point.
Yeah. So the Pacers, they beat the Pelicans by 2 points. First of all, it shouldn't have been that close, but the Pacers could not grab a rebound. Pelicans looked really good. They had Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. And even Lonzo. I think Lonzo had like 18, probably around 4 and 4. But they all looked good that game. Pacers still pulled it out. Brogdon hit a game winner. But games like that, they're just fun to watch because it's a young team competing, even though they shouldn't have been in the game. When your best rebounder, Domantas Sabonis, is the only one with double-digit rebounds, and the rest of his team had like 2-3 rebounds at different times.
Did Turner play? Miles Turner?
If he did, I don't think he had that much impact.
Well, obviously he didn't. Obviously he didn't have double-digit rebounds, so he didn't have that much. I personally did not catch this game. I'm kind of disappointed in the Pacers by only beating the Pelicans by 2, and it was in overtime, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
I'm kind of disappointed in them. I think that the Pacers have too many good guards to be that close of a game with the Pelicans because they struggle with ball movement.
It was in overtime.
Yeah, so the Pelicans struggle with ball movement. I don't think the game should have been that close.
Miles Turner had 2 rebounds.
Yeah.
They're tied.
Okay, he only played 23 minutes. Maybe he got hurt or something.
2 rebounds still?
You're right. That's a rebound every 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 11 and a half.
No, and the two highest rebounders on their team besides Domantas Sabonis were both guards.
Yeah.
So that basically tells the tale of the game.
Yeah,
Victor
they
Oladipo dropped 25, 6, and 5, that's a good game for him.
Yeah, he looks like he actually those are Victor Oladipo stats.
Yeah.
He hadn't been that good this year.
Yeah.
Also want to note that the Pacers got out rebounded by 15. So
Yeah, no, that's the only reason why it was even close. After that, the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Memphis Grizzlies. Another 2-point game. Anthony Davis and LeBron James
had I think the final score was 94-92. I think Anthony Davis and LeBron had like 90.
Something like that.
No, it was probably like 50. But regardless,
they had no help. It hurt to watch the rest of our players. I think our best player besides that was like Schroeder, which that's his role. But
you mean Scrotum, dude?
Yeah, Schroeder was our third highest scorer with 12.
Yeah.
Then we had Montrezl Harrell with 9, and the rest
all
were
single digits.
The rest were 5 or below.
3 double-digit scorers. If you guys would have played a good team, that would have been an L.
It hurts to watch our team not show up.
Especially the Grizzlies without Ja Morant.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is, if Ja Morant was back,
you guys lost.
The Grizzlies are beating us. The Grizzlies don't.
In that game, yeah.
Yeah, the Grizzlies don't look like they have an identity. Like they kind of just look like
just a bunch of casuals playing a pickup game.
No, yeah, you know, like how in the NBA everyone kind of does their thing. But if you watch like high school and stuff, a lot of it is like system based. Like you'll run offense. Grizzlies right now without Ja Morant look like they're just running an offense like a high school would, and whoever scores, and that's not going to get you many wins. When you get Ja Morant, I'm sure everything will fix back up. But like even if you look at the stats, look how spread out the points are. 10, 12, 13, 8, 13, 7, 13, 8. Like everyone was scoring, just not enough.
Yeah, moving on, the Spurs beat the Clippers without PG.
Mm-hmm.
This was the last second decision by, I believe, PG. Because I heard all the way up until that, literally game time, that starters ran, no load management, no getting hit in the mouth by Ibaka.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact reason, but the Spurs beat them by 2. Was it 2? I believe it was 2.
Some 2 or 3. And they almost choked it at the end too.
Yeah,
the Clippers had a comeback.
Kawhi got a decent look. Did you see his last look or no?
No, I might have.
It was like a fadeaway 3 from the wing.
Yeah, it was by 3.
Yeah, it was by 3. So that would have put them into overtime. But yeah, the Clippers kind of proved by losing without PG that they need both PG and Kawhi in the game to win.
No, and Patty Mills played like he was in the what was it, FIBA last year when he was the MVP of the FIBA.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan didn't show up at all. They had DeJounte Murray step up, which we love to see. Rudy Gay had a good game, which we like to see. But yeah, Patty Mills carried the Spurs that game. And then Kawhi dropped 30 and 10. Nicholas Batum had 21. Patrick Beverley had a 20-piece. That was a very bizarre game from both sides of both sides of basketball is bizarre. Kawhi did good, but other than that, it was just weird.
It's an odd game. It's an odd team without both their stars. The Clippers
are. Next, the Nuggets won, which you love to see. They're finally putting wins together. Jokic is putting together his MVP candidacy. He dropped 35, 15, and 6 in that win. What?
I spelled it. Nuggets.
I love to see the Nuggets putting together wins. They're one of my favorite teams. Obviously, I'm a Laker fan, but I love to see good, well put together teams. But regardless of that, I wanted to highlight D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell played a D'Angelo Russell game.
Ooh, 33.
Yeah, he looked like the D'Angelo Russell of the Nets. Back when he was like the number one option, the offense was running through him. That's really what it looked like in this game against the Nuggets. Obviously, it wasn't enough. They have no Karl-Anthony Towns.
If they had Karl-Anthony Towns, this could be a different game because Ed Davis had 4 points.
Yeah, he was relying on Juancho Hernangomez to be his second best player, so you're not going to win that game. But it looks good on both sides. Obviously, the Nuggets won. It looks good for the Nuggets to get wins, and it looks good for D'Lo to play like D'Lo.
Yeah, I just want to note that the Nuggets have been they've been without a player like every game. Jamal Murray was out. Michael Porter's been out for a few games. He's coming back this week against the Mavs, which is good. So I think they'll finally have their full team. And I think that they're finally gonna start putting more wins together, and they're gonna be back
to where they should be.
back to where they should be, which is the top 4 spot in the West.
And last but not least, the Nets played a game without Kevin Durant. They won by 34. Kyrie, I believe, had a 30-piece. And Jared Allen.
No, I want to say first.
Go for it.
Karis LeVert finally showed up.
Finally.
Like, they depend on him to come off the bench and make noise. He has not done that. That's why they have so many losses. They're still short a bench piece, but
Landry
showed
Shamet
up.
still hasn't showed up.
Yeah,
Landry Shamet,
he's not there.
so Landry Shamet was a great piece on the Clippers. He's not too good on the Nets this year. I don't know. I don't think it's that it's not his role. I just think he needs to get out of there. You were talking about, I think, how the Nets needed a bench piece, right?
Yeah.
I think Landry Shamet is definitely going to be in that package because Landry Shamet can help out a
Somebody
good team,
else.
and he's doing, like 5 points a game on the Nets. That's
Well, how many did he score?
5.
Well, his average went up from 3 to 3.9 probably.
Maybe something like
Yeah.
that. Jared Allen absolutely imposed his will on Rudy Gobert, blocked Rudy Gobert, I believe, and then also dunked on him on the Defensive Player of the Year. Jared Allen made the starting lineup, which I've been trying to tell the Nets. Obviously,
Tell the Nets.
I'm in the Nets management position. They just don't listen to me for whatever reason.
Just need to have the cameras on.
But I've been telling Steve Nash, put Jared Allen in, because Steve Nash is like my cousin, kind of. He finally listened to me, and look what happened. You put Jared Allen in as starter.
19,
You win by 34. He dropped almost a 20-20 game against the Defensive Player of the Year,
Which
Rudy
that's
Gobert.
something to note.
That's very important because he put 19 points on the Defensive Player of the Year, who
And he grabbed 18 rebounds.
he's not very much of an offensive player, and he grabbed 18 rebounds on top of a guy who usually averages like 12. Great game. They also started Bruce Brown, I believe.
They did start.
They started Bruce Brown. Questionable. I would have started Joe Harris, but Steve Nash knows what he's doing. He just got a 34-point win.
Yeah.
A bit questionable. I think next time start Joe Harris, but it worked out, so who cares?
And then lastly, to cap it off, literally one MLB move happened. The Dodgers re-signed Blake Treinen, which is kind of their response, I guess, to the Padres acquiring Blake Snell and Yu Darvish. I didn't think that the Dodgers were going to end up re-signing him because I thought he would want more money, and so did Fernando. Shout out to you. But we got him for, I think, 8.5 a year, which is a good move by the Dodgers. A good response, considering that we needed him back in our bullpen. But anything else you want to say about today's episode? That's really it. Nothing happened in baseball.
Yeah, no. Wrapped up our playoff predictions. Nothing much else has happened in the NBA.
Yeah.
Not much in MLB.
Exciting weekend this weekend for football. NBA's mid-season. Hopefully MLB starts having some free agent signings like Trevor Bauer. Where are you going? Just let us know. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. It's been the All Ball Podcast.
We'll tune in next time on the start of next week.
Yeah, our next episode is going to be the start of next week, so tune in for that.
And
we'll see you guys next time.
Subscribe, share with your friends.
We really don't have an outro.
We don't. We'll make
Sorry,
one.
Devery.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends.
Yep.
Put it in your chats in Zoom. Tell your parents about us. Tell your uncles about us. Tell your aunties about us.
Tell your sisters, too, if they're hot.
Tell your sisters about us. I'll have my phone number in the description. And we'll see you guys at the start of next week.
Yep. See you guys.